Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Skyrim. So, as highlighted in the update video yesterday, this is a session I recorded yesterday, however the commentary failed, so this is going to be after commentary, which as you should know by now I really don't like doing because I'm obviously used to recording live commentary, and even more so in this session because if it was a session of dungeon crawling, then I would have quite a bit of things to comment on, whereas in this session, well, I've just arrived at Riften. I am going to spend it exploring the place, getting to know the layout of the land, and speak with as many of the citizens as I can. And therefore it's going to be a very slow-paced session, so there's not going to be a great deal to commentate on, and there's going to be a lot of talking to people with conversation. So you'll have to bear with me and we'll just go with the flow. Speaking of talking with people, we'll start with Carrabba.
We are leaving?
Get to know him a little bit, our new follower.
Yes, I was hired to protect the others as we walk the roads of Skyrim. It is a thankless task, and I would rather be back home in elsewhere, but I have little choice. Akari freed me from a prison in Cyrodiil, and now I must repay my debt to him. A word of advice, my friend. Do not mix gambling and drink. Taken together, they will empty your pockets of every septim.
Well, Elwyn's not a drinker or a gambler, so he should be fine. And,
Skyrim is filled with all manner of dangerous beasts. Wolves, trolls, mammoths, and giants would all like to make a meal of us. But the dragons are the most fearsome. Lucky for us, they don't seem to hunt along the roads.
I gotta beg to differ there, because Elwyn's been attacked on the road, off the road, in the college, here, there, and bloody everywhere. Anyway, check out his inventory.
I will shoulder some of your burden.
Shoulder some of my burden, eh? See, he's the first follower that we've had that doesn't actually moan when we want to ask him perhaps to carry some of our things. Anyway, we're checking his inventory because we want to see what equipment he's got, because as people have pointed out, it might be wise for us to equip him with better armour and better weaponry. So Elwyn pilfering the good stuff, such as the money and the lockpicks, kindly explaining to Carrabba that he, of course, as the Archmage of the College of Winterhold, should be in charge of all the gold and transactions. The Moon Amulet is the amulet that we returned to him in the quest. So my consideration is, even though it doesn't have any buffs to his stats, it's obviously a sentimental item for him, and therefore we won't replace it. We'll give him a ring after we've just taken the ring of pickpocketing off him, because he's not going to be doing that while he's in our company. And give him something to do with maybe sword and shield or some useful stat in due course. And in terms of equipment for Carrabba, we do not plan on actually buying anything for him. Elwyn is not going to do that, but any equipment that we do stumble across in the field and is an upgrade for him, we'll happily give it across. So for now, we'll just have to use him in his current garb. Anyway, is it time to crack on with the session proper?
We'll be waiting.
And explore this inn, learn the gossip from the patrons and the proprietors before heading out into Riften proper? I think it is. One thing I noticed, or one thing which you will notice about this inn eventually, is that it doesn't have a dedicated bard. So there's no singing of Ragnar, what was it called? Ragnar the Red and all that stupid nonsense. So we get a bit of peace and quiet around here, which is nice. And here is the first person to talk to. He's in bed, it's early in the morning, but you know what? We'll get him up.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know.
So he is one of the proprietors of the Bee and Barb, and he mentioned special drinks.
3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lachance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you.
Oh, that sounds good.
Second,
that sounds
we
very
have
good.
The White Gold Tower. which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top.
Not quite so nice.
Last and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sujama.
Well, 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 what a concoction of drinks. Certainly a change from the usual wine, spiced wine and boring old mead affairs. Well, Elwyn's found two there that he likes the sound of, especially the first one. So in due course we shall buy some of those and enjoy sipping them whilst reading a book with our feet up after a day adventuring in Riften. Anyway, moving on and asking him how he met his partner, Carrabba.
I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting.
Is that all? Well, 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 you're in luck, because Elwyn is a helpful kind of guy. I suppose he'll relish the chance to assist a bartender that holds the stock of such rare and intriguing drinks. Perhaps we could offer exchange for those amethysts. Sure thing. I'll find them for you.
I was hoping you'd offer. I didn't think it was my place to ask such a favor of you. I thank you.
No problemo. And, well, you can also ask him about the wedding ring in more detail. Give us some more facts about why it needs 3 flawless amethysts.
Every Argonian wedding proposal band is supposed to have 3 flawless amethysts as part of their design. 2 of the gems, the ones on the outside, represent the couple to be married. 1 for the husband, 1 for the wife. The amethyst in the center represents the Hist, the entity that all Argonians consider a sacred part of our lives.
Oh, well, there you go. What are they called? Argonian? Yeah, a bit of Argonian wedding tradition there for you. Oh, door's opening there behind us. So, yes, as I said, we will be keeping an eye out for those flawless amethysts because, well, I'll give them back to this guy and we might just be able to trade for some of those lovely drinks. So, Thieves Guild then. Elwyn considering joining, still not 100% sure. If he does join, of course, as per people's suggestions, it's not going to be for his own gain, but it would be as an archmage trying to get an insider's look into the guild to know a bit more about them and perhaps even take them down from within. But before he does that, he would like to learn the locals' views on this Thieves Guild, starting with Talon J.
They're vermin, garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash.
The Ratway. What's the Ratway?
Disgusting. Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves Guild's territory.
Oh, well, perhaps we'll stay away, perhaps we won't. It depends what we finally decide to do. Well, I think that's all we can ask him about, so thank you.
If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
Other things to attend to, like sleep? Oh no, he's not going to go to sleep. You see, he's going to go about his business. You see, it's good that we got him up out of bed. Maybe he'd have slept in and the inn would have suffered without him there to work. Anyway, so that's the first person spoken with. And of course, Carjo nowhere to be seen.
You're ready. Khajiit walks in your footsteps.
I hope you're not going to be a lazy fella, Carjo. Can't do with that. Anyway, explore the rest of this floor, and as you will find, there is nobody else to speak to. There is a cellar down there. Oh, it's not a cellar, it's a down to the first floor. An apprentice-ly locked door. Of course, we're not going to cause any stirs around here, so we won't be opening that. Heading down into the inn proper then. Checking my... oh, excuse me. as with the latest Rome 2 session a couple of days ago, I've literally woken up. Now it is actually 12:25, so I should be wide awake, but I actually only got up at 12 o'clock because I went to bed at 5 a.m. I don't know what I was doing till 5 a.m. I was just messing about, watching YouTube videos, and before I knew it was 5 a.m. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm sure you'll forgive me for that. So putting on the main quest line, because my intention is here to actually commence or progress the main quest for a little bit.
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother.
Until it takes us to a different location at least.
I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Wow. And good morning to you all too. Good to see the inn is full of delightful, friendly patrons. Goodness gracious, you thought Mark out of the bad. You ain't seen nothing yet. Anyway, take a seat at the bar, speak with this lady, Carrabba, and get some of the gossip.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. Well, I will be coming back, dear.
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Elwyn asking Carrabba if she sells some of those delightful concoctions that her partner spoke about, and as she will probably tell him in an abrupt fashion, she doesn't sell any of that crap. So just the regular stuff from her. Of course, Elwyn not overly concerned or interested in that. There is one drink there that I've just noticed that I haven't seen before, and that's actually Blackbriar Reserve, a special Blackbriar mead drink. Of course, Elwyn not a mead drinker, but I've heard it on the grapevine that Carjo
The
is.
city guard has been tearing Riften apart, looking for the source of our skooma problem. I'd hate to be in their shoes if they get discovered.
So, as well as thieves, vagabonds and beggars round here, there's also drugs and drug dealers. Delightful place. Any more gossip?
Crime is an all-time high in this city thanks to the Thieves Guild. Don't we have enough problems with the war going on?
You do, but life goes on. Anything else?
Sibby Blackbriar is furious that his ex-lover tried to murder him. He's leaving no stone unturned searching for her.
Ah. Obviously, I've played the session already, and I've heard of, obviously, Sibby Blackbriar, and things are starting to make a little bit more sense now. As you'll find out in a very short while. I don't want to spoil the surprise for you, but Sibby Blackbriar is actually in prison at the moment.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
And some work on the side, and another bounty collection to kill a dragon at Autumnwatch Tower. Now, dragons are on dragon perches, and in said dragon perches are usually dragon word walls. So we'll certainly be checking that out sooner rather than later. Getting ourselves another shout, perhaps. So we're not going to ask this lady about the old guy, because we're going to speak with Brynjolf about that initially. So good morning, good day, and God bless. So yeah, Mercurio, that's the door to Riften, a door here that leads to the cellar, I believe. Yes, indeed, and we're not going to go down there, because we have no reason to do so. So we'll continue to speak.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord.
With the
If I can interest you,
patrons.
depends. Are you thirsty, hungry, both?
And we find where the hidden drinks are. They are not drinks, but they are rather potions, but of course, with our being in certain respects, in my eyes, these are drinks, and we'll buy them, and they're not very expensive actually, so not quite yet, but when we retire for duty, at the end of the day, we might just find ourselves sipping on one of those concoctions. Right, start speaking with the patrons then, starting with this fella, Mercurio.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought.
Fortunately for me,
Why settle for just
I already have one.
when you can roast them alive in a gout of arcane?
So is he a battle mage?
Is there something I can...
Or maybe even just a mage?
I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Come on, really?
I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Okay, I think she's serious. Jeez.
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother.
Louis Latrouche.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar.
Ah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Sibby that I have just realised why he's in prison.
Well, I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth.
Just like that, eh? Well, of course, we're going to consider doing it, but before we do it, we'll have to find out the other side of the story. Because it sounds a little bit fishy to me, especially in a town full of thieves.
Good man. You won't regret it. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften. You'll be well paid for your time.
A bit more probing is required, though. Asking why Sibby's in jail, although now I've got an inkling as to why.
I'm not exactly comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town.
Yeah, that sounds rather fishy to me. Fishy indeed. Almost like there is no deal at all, and he's just wanting to steal Frost. But of course, we'll still speak with Sibby and find out exactly what's going on and make a decision from there.
No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission.
And this makes more sense now, because Maven Blackbriar is the
I'll meet you outside of town.
the matriarch of the Blackbriar family, the mother of Sibby, and if she's ordered him into jail, he must have done something to bring shame on the family.
And Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks.
I will indeed, but not quite yet. It's far too early in the day to start drinking alcohol. At least, for Elwyn it is. And here we are. Riften lay before us. Rocky backdrop. What appears to be a village circle, village square, bustling with traders. Shops down the side. I always find it quite overwhelming when we come to a new town. Where do we start? What do we do? And racking my memory, we had a few items to sell from our last endeavours, and therefore that would be a good start indeed.
Come to see Balliman perform miracles with steel, eh?
Selling them to the local blacksmith, Ballimond.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Now, before I actually start selling some of my wares, I do realise, first of all, that I have some glass armour and some glass gauntlets. A little light bulb rings off in my head. Oh yes, Carjo needs some new weapons and some new armour. So I keep the glass armour and glass gauntlets for Carjo. And now we have also a Dwarven Battle Axe of Harvesting, Ebony Sword, Orcish Sword, Ebony Dagger. So we'll get rid of the Orcish Sword and the Ebony Dagger, but keep the Ebony Sword. Then it's a toss-up. Do we have Carjo Sword and Shield tank style, or do we have him two-hand? Now the Dwarven Battle Axe of Harvesting is 22 damage from stamina absorption. Pretty nice axe. But he's got a mace and a shield so far, so what we'll have him do is we'll have him sword and shield style. So we'll eventually sell the Dwarven Battle Axe and give Carjo the Ebony Sword as an upgrade from the mace he's got already.
Somewhere warm, I trust. I will shoulder some of your burden.
Steel mace, 11 damage. I can't remember what the Ebony Sword damage was. I think it was 14. It's only a slight upgrade, really. Steel mace, quite good actually, for what it is. Cheap and cheerful. Yeah, 14. I think, does it weigh less as well? Not sure. Anyway, so he's going to get an ebony sword for his troubles. A little bit of an upgrade there. And of course we're going to try and give him the glass armour and the glass gauntlets. I say try because, as you're about to see, when we go back into Kajo's inventory, he doesn't actually
Khajiit will follow.
equip those items.
I will shoulder some of your burden.
There you go. Even though the glass armor has got a triangle next to it, which means it's an upgrade for him, he still is not wearing it. Now, if this was Brilliant, she'd be whipping it on in a splash, because she loved to try new stuff, but for some reason Kajo isn't. So if anyone would care to enlighten me as to why this is the case, please let me know in the comments. But for now, I take them back and sell them. Maybe foolish, I don't know. But he's not wearing them, so no point in keeping them lying around. Might as well get the profit from them.
What brings you to Balliman today? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
And the Dwarven Battle Axe of Harvesting as well. As much as it's a nice axe, again, we'll take the coin instead. Losing out on 60 gold there by selling the glass gauntlets. And I actually didn't notice that when I was playing the session, for some strange reason. I shouldn't have sold them. He had only 18 gold left. But anyway, you win some, you lose some. There in the background you can see there's Brynjolf, the person we need to speak to about the main quest. In fact, do we speak to him now? I've forgotten what I did first. Beggar on the floor.
Please, I need...
Excuse me, coming through.